This is 6:59. I'm going to publish the microphone now. So we're going to be live in here. When we live. This evening. We've got 54 wonderful lots this evening. Looking forward to quite a few, but we will get there. The first lot this evening is a 1923 South African graded short proof set. The set ranges from PF63 all the way to PF66. Catalogue price at 25,500 Rand for this lot. However, all of these lots are graded. Please do take that into account. At 15,000 Rand, can we get 15.4? I've got 15,000 now. Will you go 15.4 at 4? Who's got 8? At 15,400 now. At 15.8, will you go 16.2? At 15,800 now. One price for all here, ladies and gents. Look at that set. It's from 1923, the infamous 1923 proof set. At 15,800, at 16.2. At 16,200, will we get 17,000? At 17 now, will we go 17,800? At 17 now. One price for all. At 17,000 Rand, at 17,800, at 18,600 Rand now, can we get 19.4? At 19.4, at 20,200, will you go 21,000 Rand? At 21,000 now, at 21,800, will you go 22? At 21 now, what do you say? Last call, at 21,800, only 747 sets were ever struck. At 21,800, we've got a fair warning. At 21,800 Rand, it is going once. At 22.6. At 22,600 now, can I get 23.4? At 22.6, will you go 23.4 at just 800 Rand a bit increment? What do you say? Last call and fair warning. At 22,600 Rand, it is going once. At 22,600 Rand, it is going twice. Ladies and gents, if there is no advanced bid, at 22,600, at 23.4 on the buzzer. I've got 23,400, will you go 24.2? At 23.4, will you go 24.2 at 800 a bid now? You don't want to lose it for that. Last call in fair warning. At 23,400 Rand, it is going once. It is going twice. And if there is no advance, at 23,400 Rand, are we all done? At 23.4? At 24.2, in the nick of time, will you go 25,000? At 24.2, can I get 25,000? Let's make it a round number. What do you say? At 24,200 now. Last call and fair warning. At 24,200, going once, going twice. If there's no advance and we are all done, at 24,200 Rand, here it is. Sold. Well done to the winner. Our next lot this evening is a lot number 2. Lot number 2 this evening is a 1923. The infamous half sovereign. It is in proof, ladies and gents. It is graded. It's a nice old slab at NGC. It has a catalogue price of over 20,000 Rand. This is a PF64 example. It's the first year of proof gold issue for South Africa, for the Union of South Africa. All right, this was also struck at the Pretoria branch of the Royal Mint under King George. All right, please do read our new and updated descriptions, ladies and gents. We're really trying to up the game and bring as much numismatic knowledge to you as possible. At 24,000 Rand, current bid, can I get 24,800? I've got 24,000 now. Will you go 24,800 Rand? At 24 now, will you go 24,800? A last call and fair warning. At 24,000 Rand, it is going once. At 24,000 Rand, it is going twice. At 24.8. At 24,800 now, can I get 25.6 at 4 now? At 24,800, I need 25.6. Last call. I've got 25.6 on the board. Who's got 26,400 Rand? At 25,600, at 26 now. At 26,400, who's got 27? At 26, I need 7 now. At 800 a bid now. What do you say? Last call and fair warning. At 26,400 Rand, it is going once. At 26,400 Rand, it is going twice. Don't miss your opportunity here. And if there's no advance, at just 26,400 Rand, it is sold. Well done to the winner. Our next lot number 3 this evening. It is a stunning sovereign. It is a 1923 South African gold sovereign with the pedigree Van der Spey collection, ladies and gents. It's a big name in South African numismatics. This coin has a catalogue value of over 40,000 Rand. It is NGC graded. Let's see what we can do here. We're currently bidding at 35.5. Can we go 36.5? At 35.5 now, will you go 36.5? At 35.5, at 36.5, will you go 7? At 36, who's got 7? At 6, who's got 7 now? Last call. At 36,500 Rand, we're moving over to fair warning. At 36,500 Rand, it is going once. At 36,500 Rand, it is going twice. Ladies and gents, if we don't have an advance, we're going to sell it at 37.5 now. At 37 at 8, who's got 9? At 38,000 now, can I get 39? At 38, who's got 9 and 8 now? Last call and fair warning once more. At 38,500 Rand, it is going once. At 38,500 Rand, it is going twice. And ladies and gentlemen, if there is no advance bid for just 38,500 Rand, are we done? It is sold. Well done to the winner. Our next lot this evening is lot number 4. Lot number 4 this evening is an 1892 ZAR1 penny from the Fundus Spey collection. It is an MS65 BN coin, currently bidding at 7,900 Rand while the bids are flying through here. At 8.1 now, can we get up to 8,300 Rand? At 8,100 now. At 8.1 now, will you go 8.3? Just a bit of details on this coin. It's the second highest grade at NGC, with only 6 coins to have ever broken that 65 barrier. It's a big coin, top grade. Let's see what we can do. At 8.3 now, will you go 8.7? At 8.3, will you go 8.7 at 3? Who's got 7 at 3 now? Last call and fair warning. At 8,300 Rand, it is going once. At 8,300 Rand, it is going twice. Ladies and gents, it's an 1892 at 8.7. At 8.7, can I get 9.1 at 1? Who's got 5 at 1 now? At 9.1, will you go 5 at 1? Who's got 5 now? Last call and fair warning. At 9,100 Rand, it is going once. At 9,100 Rand, it is going twice. Ladies and gents, are we all done? At 9,100 Rand, here it is. Sold. Well done to the winner. Lot number 5 this evening. If you're just joining us, welcome to Signature Auction 25. We've got 54 lots coming up for you this evening. Very excited for a few of them. We're currently on a proof ticky, lot 5. It's an 1892 ZR 3 It's a PF63 in grade. We all know how scarce these coins are. This is one of just 30 of these coins ever struck, ladies and gents. One of just 30. Very big coins. If you're looking to complete an 1892 ZAR 3 or proof collection, should I say, here is the ticky you would need for your 1892 proof set. Super scarce. Let's see what we can do. The bid is at 20,000 Rand. Can I get 21,600 Rand? At 20,000 now. At 21,600 now. Will you go 23.2 at 21.6 now? This is an old slab NGC. May it be a regrade candidate. At 24,800 now, will you go 26.4? At 26.4 now, will you go 28,000 at 26 now? At 26,400, I need 28,000. It's a proof 1892 ticky, one of just 30 ever minted. At 26,400, I've got a last call and a fair warning on the board. At 26,400 Rand for the bargain of the night. It is going once, it is going twice. If I don't have an advance at 28 now. At 28,000 now, will you go 29.6? You don't want to lose it for 1,000 Rand. At 28,000 now, a last call and fair warning. At 28,000 Rand, it is going once. No one at 29.6. It is going twice. And ladies and gents, if there's no advance here, it is sold. Well done to the winner. Lot number 6 this evening is an 1892 ZAR silver 6 It is a proof 62 coin. This coin has been graded in PCGS. One of just 50 coins ever struck here, ladies and gents. Please do look at this coin as a possible NCS candidate and a nice upgrade. At 8,700 Rand now, will you go 9.1? At 9.1, at 9.5, will you go 10,300 at 3? Who's got 11 now? At 11.1, 11.9 now, you go 12.7 at 7. Who's got 13 now? At 12.7, at 13.5, at 14.3. Who's got 15? At 15,000, I need 16.7. At 16,700, at 18.3, at 19, at 21,000. At 21.5, at 23.1 now. At 23,100 now, you go 24.7. At 24,700 now, you go 26.3. At 24,700, I've got a last call on the board at 24,700 Rand. We need an advance. Fair warning, at 24,700 Rand it is going once. At 24,700 Rand it is going twice. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's no advance, are we sure? Are we all seeing the same screen here? At 24,700 Rand, yeah it is. Sold. Well done to the winner. Lot 7 this evening is an 1892 ZAR silver shilling. This time it is a stunning 1 shilling MS64, my apologies. This MS64, what I was trying to say is there's only one coin in a higher grade at PCGS. It's got a catalogue value of over 15,000 Rand. And this is, well, there's only one example in a better grade at PCGS. I'll let that speak for itself. At 5,900 Rand, the bids are flying through at 6.3 now. Can I get 7.1 with 800 Rand a bid increment? At 6.3, it's 7.1 now. At 7,100 now, it goes 7.9 at 1. Who's got 9 at 1 now? Last call in fair warning. At 7,100 Rand, it is going once at 7.9. At 7.9 now, we go 8.7. At 7.9, will go 8.7 at 7.9 now. Last call in fair warning. At 7,900 Rand, not even at catalogue value yet. At 8.7 now. At 8.7 now, we'll go 9.5 at 5. Who's got 10,300 Rand? At 9,500, I need 10.3 at 9 now. Last call. Fair warning. At 9,500 Rand, it is going once. Below catalogue. At 10.3, what a bargain this is. Are we seeing the grade? Are you seeing the condition of this coin? At 10,300 now, will you go 11.1? At 10.3, will you go 11.1 at 3? Who's got 1 now? Last call in fair warning. At 10,300 Rand, it is going once. At 10,300 Rand, it is going twice. And if there's no advance, at 10,300 Rand, ladies and gents, for the absolute